In the heart of East Africa, a colossal giant rises, its ancient flanks shrouded in mist and crowned with ice, piercing the heavens with silent majesty. This is Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's tallest peak, a dormant volcano whose snow-capped summit stands sentinel over the endless Tanzanian plains, its presence shaping the very breath and rhythm of the land below. Kilimanjaro is a realm of astonishing contrasts, where the equatorial sun scorches the lower slopes, yet ancient glaciers cling to the summit, their blue-white ice a relic of a colder age. More than a geological marvel, this mountain is a living sanctuary, its slopes nurturing a tapestry of life that flourishes in the shadow of its volcanic might. Kilimanjaro's vast shoulders intercept the monsoon winds from the Indian Ocean, drawing moisture-laden clouds that drape the mountain in veils of rain and mist, feeding rivers and streams that pulse with life. At its base, sun-drenched savannas stretch outward, golden grasses swaying beneath the gaze of the mountain, while higher up, dense forests cling to the slopes, their canopies woven with mist and the calls of hidden creatures. Kilimanjaro stands as a vertical island, its isolated mass rising from a sea of arid plains, creating a sanctuary of life where none should thrive. Its immense height forges a staircase of climates, each layer a distinct world: lush rainforest, mysterious moorland, and barren alpine desert, stacked one atop the other, each shaped by shifting winds and swirling clouds. At the foot of the mountain, sprawling grasslands are alive with herds of grazers and the silent stalk of predators, their lives entwined in a delicate balance of pursuit and survival. Ascend, and the grasslands yield to emerald rainforests, where ancient trees reach skyward, their branches home to a chorus of birds and the nimble leaps of monkeys. Higher still, the forest thins into a surreal moorland, where giant groundsels and lobelias stand like sentinels among the mist, their forms sculpted by frost and wind. Near the summit, life clings to the edge in a stark alpine desert, where only the hardiest mosses and lichens endure, and the air is thin and cold. Each of these layers is a world apart, shaped by shifting temperatures, rainfall, and sunlight, offering unique challenges and opportunities for the creatures that dwell within. Kilimanjaro is a living mosaic, its ecosystems interwoven in a grand tapestry, each thread vital to the mountain's enduring vitality. On the plains, powerful lions prowl, their presence a testament to the abundance and peril that define the lower slopes. Elephant matriarchs lead their families through the bushland, their movements shaping the landscape, their wisdom echoing through generations. In the forest shadows, solitary leopards move with silent grace, masters of stealth in a world of dappled light and tangled undergrowth. High in the treetops, Colobus monkeys leap from branch to branch, their acrobatics a dance of survival in the leafy heights. Beneath the canopy, dwarf mongooses scurry through the undergrowth, their tight-knit societies thriving in the shelter of tangled roots and fallen leaves. Here, every creature is both a survivor and a contributor, each playing a role in the intricate web of life that binds the mountain's many worlds together. Life on Kilimanjaro is a story of resilience, as animals endure searing heat, freezing nights, and sudden storms that sweep across the slopes. The mountain's moods shift with the sun and moon, days blaze with heat while nights descend in icy silence, demanding constant adaptation. Seasons bring torrents of rain that awaken the land, followed by long droughts that test the limits of endurance, each cycle sculpting the lives that depend on the mountain's bounty. Survival here is a symphony of strength, ingenuity, and cooperation, as species forge alliances and adapt in ingenious ways to the mountain's ever-changing face. Against all odds, life not only persists but flourishes, each adaptation a testament to the mountain's power as a crucible of evolution. Kilimanjaro is the mountain of life, a beacon of nature's enduring spirit, its wild heart beating strong in the untouched wilderness, a sanctuary for the extraordinary and the everyday alike. Ascending Mount Kilimanjaro is like traversing a living tapestry, where each step upward reveals a new world, each with its own climate, life forms, and intricate web of relationships. In just a few miles, the mountain transforms from lush lowlands to icy heights, creating a vertical journey through Earth's most distinct ecological zones. At the mountain's base lies the bushland zone, stretching from 2,600 to 6,000 feet. Here the land is a patchwork of open grasslands and scattered shrubs, shaped by the interplay of volcanic soils and seasonal rains. The volcanic earth is rich and dark, nurturing a mosaic of grasses, wildflowers, and resilient shrubs. Seasonal downpours trigger bursts of green, while dry spells test the endurance of every living thing. Acacia trees, with their umbrella-shaped canopies, dot the landscape, providing shade and shelter for countless species. Tall grasses sway in the wind, offering food and cover for grazers and the predators that stalk them. Herds of wildebeest and zebra roam these plains, their migrations shaping the rhythm of life. Lions, leopards, and hyenas follow, their presence a constant reminder of the delicate balance between predator and prey. Birds of prey circle above, scanning for movement in the grass below. As the elevation rises, the bushland gives way to the montane forest, a dense emerald belt encircling the mountain between 6,000 and 9,200 feet. Here, the air grows cooler and moister, and the forest becomes a sanctuary for life. The southern slopes, bathed in moisture-laden winds from the Indian Ocean, are perpetually shrouded in mist. Rain drips from the canopy, nourishing a riot of plant life below. Towering camphor wood and podocarpus trees dominate the skyline, their trunks cloaked in mosses, lichens, and ferns. Epiphytes cling to every branch, drawing sustenance from the humid air. This rainforest is a living symphony, alive with the calls of birds, the chatter of monkeys, and the hum of insects. Every layer, from the shadowy forest floor to the sun-dappled canopy, teems with life. Sunbirds and turacos flit among the branches, while colobus and blue monkeys leap from tree to tree. Butterflies and beetles pollinate the flowers, and army ants march in columns, recycling nutrients back into the soil. The air is thick with the scent of wet earth and blooming orchids. Water drips from every leaf, sustaining a lush undergrowth of ferns, wild ginger, and delicate forest flowers. Beyond the forest, the landscape shifts abruptly. The dense canopy opens, and the world becomes one of open skies and rolling mists. Between 9,200 and 13,100 feet lies the heath and moorland zone, a realm of cool temperatures, intense sunlight, and dramatic daily temperature swings. Here, giant heathers form tangled thickets, their gnarled branches draped in old man's beard lichen. Prehistoric-looking groundsels and lobelias rise from the earth, their thick, water-storing stems and rosettes adapted to survive freezing nights and scorching days. The weather is unpredictable. One moment the sun blazes down, the next fog and rain sweep across the moor, nourishing the hardy plants that thrive here. Animal life is sparse but specialized. Small mammals like the four-striped grass mouse and highland shrews scurry among the rocks, while malachite sunbirds and alpine chats flit between the flowers, feeding on nectar and insects. This is a world of silence and solitude, where the wind whispers through the heather and the distant forest below seems a memory from another life. Higher still, above 13,100 feet, the alpine desert stretches toward the summit. Here the air is thin, the sun fierce by day and the cold biting at night. The ground is a mosaic of bare rock scree and patches of ice. Snow lingers in sheltered hollows, and the wind scours the landscape, stripping away all but the hardiest life. Only the most resilient organisms survive here. Mosses and lichens cling to rocks, their slow growth a testament to endurance in the face of extremes. In sheltered crevices, tiny alpine flowers and rare insects eke out a living, their life cycles synchronized with the brief, unpredictable windows of warmth and moisture. Occasionally, an eland antelope may traverse these high plains, and specialized spiders and beetles hunt among the rocks, forming a fragile food web in this harsh environment. The barren zone leads to the icy crown of Kaibo Peak, where glaciers glint in the sun and the limits of life are tested. Here, the interdependence of climate, geology, and biology is laid bare, a powerful reminder of nature's resilience and the delicate balance that sustains life on the roof of Africa. In the vast golden grasslands at the base of Kilimanjaro, the lion, Panthera leo, stands as the undisputed ruler of this wild domain. Here, the landscape stretches endlessly, dotted with acacia trees and the distant silhouette of the great mountain, providing the perfect stage for the drama of lion society to unfold. These magnificent predators are the very embodiment of power and majesty, but their true strength lies not in their sharp claws or fearsome roar, but in their complex social bonds. Every day, the Pride's members interact through gentle grooming, playful wrestling, and subtle gestures that reinforce their relationships and maintain harmony within the group. Lions live in groups called prides, which can range from just a few individuals to as many as 30. Each pride is a tightly knit community, with every member playing a vital role in the group's survival. A pride is an intricate society, a family unit built on cooperation and a clear hierarchy. Social status is established through subtle cues. Dominant individuals assert themselves with confident postures, while subordinates show deference through body language and vocalizations. The lionesses are the heart of the pride. They are the primary hunters and work together to raise the cubs, sharing the duties of nursing and protection. Their bonds are especially strong, as sisters, mothers, and daughters remain together for life, forming the core of the pride's stability. They are the true architects of the pride's success, leading hunts, defending cubs, and ensuring the group's cohesion through constant communication, soft grunts, head rubs, and synchronized movements. The role of the male lions is one of guardianship. They patrol the boundaries of the pride's territory, their presence alone a powerful deterrent to intruders. With their impressive manes offering protection during fights, their primary duty is to defend the pride's territory from rival males. Roaring at dawn and dusk, they announce their dominance to all who might challenge them. This dominance, however, is often temporary. As males age, their strength wanes, and the ever-present threat of younger challengers grows. Young nomadic males, cast out from their birth prides, wander the plains, growing stronger and biding their time. These coalitions of brothers or cousins form tight bonds, learning to survive on their own as they await their chance to claim a pride. Eventually, they will return to challenge the resident males in savage, often fatal, clashes for control. These battles are fierce, echoing across the savannah, and only the strongest will prevail. The victors win the ultimate prize, the territory and the right to sire the next generation, ensuring their own powerful lineage continues. The pride's future depends on the strength and vigilance of its leaders. This constant cycle of challenge and succession is a fundamental part of lion society, shaping the very fabric of life on the savannah. Hunting is a masterclass in teamwork, typically led by the more agile lionesses. As dusk falls, they move with silent precision, using the tall grass as cover to approach their prey undetected. They often hunt under the cover of darkness to avoid the scorching daytime heat and to better ambush their prey. The night air is filled with tension as the pride fans out, each lioness knowing her role in the unfolding strategy. Using coordinated strategies, they stalk and encircle animals like wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo. Some lionesses drive the herd toward hidden ambushes, while others wait in silence for the perfect moment to strike. During the dry season, when food is scarce, a pride may need to patrol a vast territory of up to 100 square miles to find enough to eat. The search for prey becomes a daily journey, with the pride moving together across the parched landscape. Once a kill is made, a strict pecking order is observed. The pride gathers at the carcass, each member waiting for their turn according to rank. The dominant males eat first, followed by the lionesses, who have earned their share through the hunt, and finally the cubs, who must wait their turn for the remaining scraps. This order ensures that the pride's leaders and hunters remain strong, while the youngest learn patience and respect for the hierarchy. Life on the savannah is not without its rivalries. Prides often come into contact at the edges of their territories, leading to tense standoffs and displays of strength. Lions share their domain with spotted hyenas, and the two species are locked in an ancient and intense conflict. Each encounter is a test of wit and strength, as both predators vie for the same resources. Lions will often use their superior strength to intimidate hyenas and steal their kills, dominating in roughly 60% of their encounters. The air crackles with tension as the two groups face off, each unwilling to back down easily. However, a large, coordinated clan of hyenas can sometimes turn the tables, mobbing and overwhelming a smaller group of lions. These battles are chaotic, with snarls and yelps echoing across the plains as the balance of power shifts back and forth. This fierce competition for resources is not just a struggle for survival, it is a crucial force that helps maintain the delicate balance of the entire savanna ecosystem. Every interaction, every hunt, and every rivalry shapes the lives of all who dwell here, ensuring that no single predator becomes too dominant and that the wild heart of Kilimanjaro continues to beat strong. Wandering through the bushlands and forests on Kilimanjaro's lower slopes are the largest land animals on Earth, the African bush elephants. These gentle giants move in stately procession, their massive forms emerging from the morning mist, each step a silent echo of ancient migrations that have shaped the land for millennia. These are not merely inhabitants of the ecosystem, they are its principal architects, shaping the very landscape with every movement and decision. An adult elephant requires a staggering 300 pounds of food every single day, and their foraging is a spectacle of strength and precision. Their diet is incredibly varied, consisting of lush grasses, deep roots, fibrous bark, and tender shrubs, each meal a testament to their adaptability and the richness of Kilimanjaro's slopes. With a lineage stretching back over 6 million years, these intelligent creatures are guided by a complex social structure. At the heart of every herd is the matriarch, the oldest and wisest female, her memory a living map of the mountain's hidden waterholes and secret paths. She leads her family with quiet authority, guiding them through the ever-changing mosaic of forest and savanna, her knowledge ensuring the survival of each generation. The physical attributes of the elephant are a marvel of evolution. Their thick, wrinkled skin shields them from thorns and biting insects, while their immense size deters all but the most determined predators. Adult bulls, solitary or in loose bachelor groups, can weigh up to 13,200 pounds and stand 13 feet tall at the shoulder, their presence commanding respect across the plains. Their enormous ears, veined and sensitive, act as giant radiators, flapping to cool the blood that circulates through them and helping the elephant regulate its body temperature in the African heat. The trunk is perhaps their most remarkable feature, a fusion of nose and upper lip, endlessly versatile and expressive. Containing over 40,000 individual muscles, it is both incredibly strong and exquisitely delicate, able to uproot a sapling or gently caress a newborn calf. With this extraordinary appendage, elephants can rip branches from trees, pluck a single berry, or draw over 2.5 gallons of water for drinking or spraying, each movement a dance of power and grace. Elephants are often called ecosystem engineers for the profound impact they have on their environment. Their daily migrations carve pathways through dense bush, opening corridors that countless other species rely on. As they move, they push over trees and clear thick bush, creating open spaces and pathways that allow sunlight to reach the forest floor, encouraging new growth and providing grazing grounds for antelope, zebra, and buffalo. This activity helps to maintain a healthy balance between forest and grassland, shaping the very character of Kilimanjaro's wild mosaic. Furthermore, their role as seed dispersers is vital. As they roam, Elephants consume a wide variety of fruits and plants, their digestive systems carrying seeds across vast distances. Many seeds pass through unharmed and are deposited in their dung, often miles from the parent plant, ready to sprout in new fertile ground. This dung acts as a natural fertilizer, nourishing the soil and ensuring the regeneration and diversity of the flora across their vast home range. Along their journeys, elephants interact with a multitude of other species. At waterholes, they share space with giraffes, zebras and buffalo, their presence often signaling safety to smaller animals. Birds such as oxpeckers ride on their backs, feeding on insects and parasites, while antelope and warthogs graze in the wake of the elephants, taking advantage of the freshly disturbed vegetation. Within the herd, bonds are strong and enduring. Calves are nurtured by mothers, aunts, and older siblings, learning the ways of the wild through play and gentle guidance. Social interactions are rich and complex, with greetings, displays of affection, and even moments of mourning for lost companions. As dusk falls, the herd moves in single file, their silhouettes etched against the fading light of Kilimanjaro. Their migration is a timeless rhythm, a living thread that weaves together the mountains, forests, grasslands, and rivers, sustaining the wild heart of Africa. In the diverse habitats of Kilimanjaro, from the open savanna to the dense montane forest, a shadow moves with silent purpose. This is the African leopard, an enigma, a master of camouflage and patience, whose life unfolds in secrecy beneath the watchful eyes of the mountain. The leopard is a solitary and highly adaptable predator, a creature of shadow and silence. It glides through the undergrowth, senses attuned to every rustle and whisper, always alert, always calculating. Unlike the social lion, the leopard Pantheropardus thrives alone, relying on its wits and unparalleled stealth to survive. Its beautifully spotted coat is more than decoration. It is a living cloak, breaking up its outline and allowing it to vanish into the dappled light of the forest or the tall grasses of the plains. In the golden grass, the leopard becomes a phantom, its movements measured and deliberate. Every step is calculated, every muscle tensed for the hunt. A leopard may trail its prey for hours, moving with absolute silence and deliberation, its eyes fixed, its body low, blending with the shifting shadows. It waits, sometimes motionless, for what seems like an eternity, for the perfect moment to strike. When that moment comes, the transformation is instant, a blur of speed and power, a silent ambush that leaves little chance for escape. The leopard can burst into a sprint, reaching speeds of up to 36 miles per hour, closing the distance in a heartbeat. With a single powerful leap, it can cover nearly 20 feet, launching itself over rocks and grass to seize its quarry. The leopard's diet is as varied as the landscape it inhabits, a testament to its adaptability and cunning. It will hunt insects and rodents, using its keen senses to detect the faintest movement beneath the soil or among the leaves. It stalks antelope and baboons, adapting its tactics to each new challenge, always seeking the advantage, always patient. But the hunt is only half the battle. In Kilimanjaro's wilds, powerful competitors roam, lions ever watchful for an easy meal. Hyenas, relentless and cunning, gather at the scent of blood, eager to steal what they have not earned. For the solitary leopard, protecting its hard-won prize is a daily struggle, a test of strength and ingenuity. To outwit these rivals, the leopard has developed a remarkable strategy. With astonishing power, it drags its prey up into the trees, hoisting carcasses twice its own weight high above the ground. Here, in its arboreal pantry, the leopard can feed in peace, safe from the jaws of scavengers below. Days may pass as it returns to its hidden cache, feeding at leisure, conserving precious energy. This behavior is a defining trait, a key to the leopard's survival in a world where every meal is hard-won and never guaranteed. Alone on a high branch, the leopard surveys its domain, ever watchful, ever wary. Solitude is its strength and secrecy its shield. When danger approaches, the leopard's first instinct is not to fight, but to vanish, leaving only silence and the faintest trace in the dust. Its survival depends on its ability to remain unseen, to become one with the shadows and the shifting light. If threatened by a larger predator, the leopard's escape is swift and sure, climbing high into the trees, out of reach, or melting into the dense undergrowth. In an instant, it is gone, its spotted coat rendering it invisible among the leaves and shadows. This reliance on stealth over confrontation has allowed the leopard to endure where others have vanished, a silent survivor in a land of giants. It is the ghost of the mountain, a presence felt but rarely seen, embodying the wild, untamed spirit of Kilimanjaro, forever elusive, forever free. Beneath the towering shadow of Kilimanjaro, the sun-drenched bushland bursts with life. Here the plains zebra reigns as one of Africa's most iconic and enduring animals, their presence woven into the very fabric of the savanna. These striking herbivores are a constant, vibrant presence, their black and white coats dazzling against the rolling greens and golds. As they graze, their stripes ripple in the sunlight, creating a living tapestry that moves with the wind. Each zebra is a masterpiece of nature's design. Contrary to popular belief, no two zebras share the same stripe pattern. Each set of stripes is as unique as a fingerprint, a personal signature that sets every individual apart. When danger approaches, the herd moves as one, their stripes blending into a dizzying, shifting mass. This optical illusion confuses predators, making it nearly impossible to single out a target. The herd's unity is its greatest defense. The plain zebra's story stretches back nearly 4 million years. Through countless generations, they have adapted to the ever-changing African landscape, surviving droughts, floods, and the constant threat of predators. Zebras are deeply social creatures, living in close-knit family groups led by a dominant stallion. Bonds are forged through grooming, play, and the shared quest for fresh grazing and water. Their days are a rhythm of movement, feeding, and vigilance. In the Kilimanjaro region, the zebra population is estimated between 1,200 and 1,500. These herds roam the open plains, their numbers a testament to the resilience of both the species and the land. The stability of their population signals a healthy ecosystem. Within the protected boundaries of the national park, zebras thrive, their presence a living indicator of the savanna's vitality. Zebras are a cornerstone of the savanna food web. As primary grazers, they shape the grasslands, and as prey, they sustain powerful predators like lions and hyenas. Their lives are a delicate balance between survival and the ever-present threat of the hunt. High above the plains, where the air grows cool and the forest thickens, another remarkable resident makes its home, the mantled guereza, or Colobus monkey. In the misty canopy of the montane rainforest, these primates move with silent grace. Colobus monkeys are breathtaking to behold. Their glossy black fur is offset by a long, flowing white mantle and a tail that streams behind them like a banner. This tail acts as both parachute and rudder, guiding them through the treetops. Masters of the canopy, Colobus monkeys spend nearly their entire lives in the trees. They leap from branch to branch with astonishing agility, rarely descending to the forest floor. The forests of Kilimanjaro shelter a thriving population of Colobus monkeys, estimated at 10,000 to 15,000 individuals. Their abundance is a sign of a flourishing, well-protected habitat where the ancient rainforest endures. The Colobus monkey is a marvel of adaptation. Its body is built for life in the canopy, with long limbs and a unique hand structure that sets it apart from other primates. Unlike most primates, the Colobus lacks a fully developed thumb. The name Colobus comes from the Greek for mutilated, a reference to this missing digit. Instead, It has 4 long, strong fingers that form a powerful hook. This adaptation allows the Colobus to grip branches securely, swinging and climbing with ease. With this hook-like grip, the Colobus monkey moves through the treetops with breathtaking speed and confidence, leaping from limb to limb in search of food and safety. They can clear gaps of up to 20 feet between trees, reaching the tender young leaves at the very top of the canopy. These leaves are a vital food source, available only to those agile enough to reach them. Together, zebras and Colobus monkeys embody the wild spirit of Kilimanjaro. From the open savanna to the misty rainforest, their lives are a testament to adaptation, resilience, and the intricate balance of this extraordinary ecosystem. While giants like elephants and lions often steal the spotlight, the Kilimanjaro ecosystem is also home to a cast of smaller, equally fascinating creatures whose survival strategies are just as complex. Among the most charismatic of these is the common dwarf mongoose, Africa's smallest carnivorous mammal. These tiny animals, barely larger than a squirrel, live in highly cooperative family groups of 8 to 30 individuals. Their social bonds are strong, and every member plays a vital role in the colony's daily life. The colony is typically led by a dominant alpha pair, who are the primary breeders. The rest of the group, made up of siblings and extended family, work together to ensure the survival of all. Dwarf mongooses make their homes in abandoned termite mounds or rock crevices, which provide excellent protection from predators and a cool refuge from the midday sun. The key to the dwarf mongoose's success is teamwork. Each day, the group emerges from their den and fans out across the savanna, foraging for insects, small reptiles, and eggs. While some dig with sharp claws, others keep watch. Sentinels climb to high vantage points, standing upright and scanning the horizon for danger. These lookouts keep a sharp eye out for aerial predators, like eagles, or terrestrial threats like snakes. If danger is spotted, the sentinel lets out a sharp alarm call, and the entire group instantly scatters for the safety of their burrow. This cooperative vigilance allows the rest of the group to focus on digging for food, secure in the knowledge that someone is always watching their back. Dwarf mongooses are not alone in their world. They often form remarkable alliances with other species, such as hornbills. These birds follow the mongooses as they forage, snatching up insects and small prey flushed out by the mammal's activity. In return, hornbills act as additional sentinels, sounding their own alarm calls if they spot danger from above. This mutualistic relationship benefits both species, increasing their chances of survival. The spirit of cooperation extends to raising the young. The entire colony helps to care for the pups born to the alpha female, with older siblings and relatives acting as babysitters and guardians. After a gestation period of about 2 months, the alpha female gives birth to a litter of 2 to 6 helpless babies deep within the burrow. While she is away foraging, other members of the group take turns guarding the newborns. As the pups grow, they learn essential survival skills, not just from their parents, but from all the older members of the group, mimicking their foraging techniques and learning to recognize alarm calls. This collective upbringing ensures that knowledge is passed down through the generations, strengthening the group's ability to adapt and thrive. Dwarf mongooses also interact with other small mammals. Sometimes they share their territory with Kirk's dik-dik, a tiny antelope that lives in monogamous pairs and marks a small territory of 12 to 15 acres. The dik-dik's sharp, high-pitched alarm call serves as an early warning system for many animals, including the mongooses, alerting them to the presence of predators. In the forests, birds like the white-cheeked turaco and various species of sunbirds play crucial roles. Turacos disperse seeds in their droppings, helping to regenerate the forest, while sunbirds are vital pollinators, ensuring the botanical diversity of this rich habitat. The undergrowth of Kilimanjaro is filled with other small but significant animals, each playing a unique role in the ecosystem. The presence of so many alert eyes and ears creates a network of vigilance, where the warning of one species can save the lives of many others. This interconnected web of animal behaviors, alarm calls, cooperative foraging, and mutual protection forms the backbone of survival for Kilimanjaro's small creatures. Each species, from the vigilant mongoose to the watchful dik-dik and the resourceful hornbill, contributes to the balance and resilience of this vibrant ecosystem. Together, they weave a complex tapestry of life where cooperation and communication are as vital as strength or speed. In the shadow of Kilimanjaro, it is these small, social and ever-watchful animals that reveal the true secrets of survival. The magnificent wildlife of Kilimanjaro, while resilient, is not immune to the growing pressures of the natural world. The animals that roam these slopes and plains face a number of serious threats that jeopardize their future. Predation is a constant and natural challenge. Lions, cheetahs, and other predators are always on the hunt, creating a high-stakes environment where only the fittest survive. This dynamic ensures that prey species must remain vigilant and adaptive, constantly evolving strategies to evade their hunters. Elephants, despite their size, must navigate these dangers while also contending with the harsh realities of their environment. Leopards, though apex predators, face competition from other carnivores and must secure enough territory and prey to sustain themselves. This competition can lead to intense confrontations and territorial disputes, further complicating their survival. Another pervasive threat is the changing climate. Unpredictable weather patterns, prolonged droughts, and sudden storms can drastically alter the availability of water and food. These changes force animals to adapt quickly or face the risk of starvation and dehydration. Ancient migration routes, essential for accessing seasonal resources, can be disrupted by natural barriers. This confinement to smaller and smaller pockets of natural habitat can lead to overgrazing and resource depletion. For wide-ranging species like elephants and lions, this confinement can lead to overgrazing, reduced genetic diversity, and increased competition for dwindling resources, making their long-term survival much more difficult. The loss of habitat inevitably brings animals and humans into closer contact, often with negative consequences. This is known as human-wildlife conflict. When elephants find their traditional pathways blocked by a farm, they may see a field of maize or bananas as an easy meal, leading to crop raiding that can devastate a farmer's livelihood. Similarly, predators like lions or leopards may be tempted to attack livestock when their natural prey becomes scarce. These conflicts can lead to retaliatory killings of wildlife as local communities act to protect their property and safety, further escalating the cycle of decline. Despite these significant challenges, there is still reason for hope. The populations of some species within Kilimanjaro National Park, such as the plain zebra and the Colobus monkey, have remained stable. This indicates that protected areas, when well managed, can be effective sanctuaries for wildlife. The stability of these populations demonstrates that the core ecosystem remains healthy enough to support them. However, it also highlights the urgent need to address the threats that exist just beyond the park's boundaries by finding sustainable solutions that allow both humans and wildlife to coexist and thrive in the shadow of this great mountain. Mount Kilimanjaro is far more than a destination for adventurous climbers. It is a living, breathing testament to the enduring power and beauty of the natural world. Here, the mountain rises as a guardian over a realm where life has flourished for millennia, its slopes and valleys echoing with the stories of countless generations of animals. From the thundering hooves of zebras on the golden plains to the silent leap of a Colobus monkey in the emerald canopy, every creature is a thread in the vibrant tapestry of Kilimanjaro's wild legacy. Each day, these animals continue ancient rituals, migrating, foraging, and thriving in harmony with the land. The mountain's unique geography has created a mosaic of habitats, each supporting a community of animals perfectly adapted to its specific conditions. From the arid savanna to the lush montane forests, life finds a way, evolving and persisting through the ages. The survival secrets unveiled here, the social bonds of lions, their unity and strength, the engineering prowess of elephants, shaping their world with wisdom passed down through generations, the stealth of leopards, masters of patience and precision, are all lessons in resilience, cooperation and adaptation, forged over countless lifetimes. The interconnectedness of life on this mountain cannot be overstated. Every animal, from the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, is part of a grand, unbroken chain. Elephants, the architects of the savannah, shape the landscape with every step, opening pathways and creating new opportunities for life to flourish. Sunbirds, with their delicate touch, pollinate the flowers, ensuring the renewal of the forest with each passing season. The mongoose's sharp alarm call warns the vigilant dik-dik of danger, a symphony of signals that keeps the balance of life intact. The dung of herbivores nourishes the soil, feeding the roots of ancient trees and the seeds of tomorrow's forests. This is a self-sustaining system where every species, no matter how large or small, has a purpose. Each life is a vital note in the symphony of Kilimanjaro. The health of the forest depends on the animals that disperse its seeds, just as the survival of the predators depends on the abundance of the herds they hunt. This continuity is the heartbeat of the mountain. To lose even one piece of this complex puzzle would be to diminish the whole, for every creature is irreplaceable in the story of Kilimanjaro. Yet the greatest legacy of Kilimanjaro's wildlife is its ability to endure, to adapt, and to inspire awe through the ages. The mountain's wild inhabitants have weathered storms, droughts, and the shifting tides of time, always finding new ways to survive and thrive. Their resilience is a beacon of hope, a reminder that nature's wonders are not fleeting but enduring, so long as the cycles of life are allowed to continue, undisturbed and unbroken. Protecting Kilimanjaro's wildlife means safeguarding the entire web of life that the mountain supports. It is about ensuring that the ancient rhythms of migration, predation, and renewal continue, unbroken, for generations yet to come. The continuity of these wild wonders is the mountain's greatest gift, a legacy written in the footprints of elephants, the calls of birds, and the silent passage of leopards through the grass. As long as the animals roam, the forests grow, and the rivers flow, Kilimanjaro's story will never end. The mountain's wild heart beats on, echoing through every living creature that calls this place home. The future of this natural wonder is written in the promise of each new dawn, as the sun rises over Kilimanjaro and life awakens once more. Ultimately, Mount Kilimanjaro stands as a powerful symbol of our planet's precious natural heritage, a sanctuary where the wild endures and the legacy of life is forever renewed. It is a world of breathtaking beauty and incredible biodiversity, where every animal, every plant, and every landscape is a testament to nature's boundless creativity. For millions of years, Kilimanjaro has nurtured life, providing sanctuary and sustenance to all who dwell within its embrace. The animals that live here are not just surviving, they are thriving in a world of extremes, adapting to every challenge with remarkable ingenuity. Their lives are a constant display of nature's brilliance, a living legacy of adaptation and survival. The legacy of Kilimanjaro's wildlife is one of continuity, an unbroken chain of life that stretches from the distant past into the promise of the future, and so the roar of the lion and the trumpet of the elephant will forever echo across the plains at the foot of Africa's greatest mountain, a timeless chorus celebrating the enduring wonder of the wild. As the golden sun sinks behind the slopes of Kilimanjaro, a hush falls over the land. The world is transformed, bathed in silver moonlight and deepening shadows. While the giants of the day, elephants, zebras, and lions, find their rest, a hidden realm awakens. This is the hour of the secret keepers, the small mammals and birds whose lives unfold beneath the cover of darkness. In the undergrowth, a rustle betrays the presence of the African pygmy mouse, a tiny explorer foraging for seeds and insects. Its delicate footsteps barely disturb the leaf litter as it scurries from shadow to shadow, guided by keen senses adapted to the night. Nearby, the bush baby leaps silently between branches, its enormous eyes glowing like lanterns, searching for sweet nectar and darting insects. The bush baby's call, a haunting childlike cry, echoes through the forest, a sound rarely heard by day. Along the forest floor, the shrew's pointed nose twitches, sniffing out a midnight feast. These tireless insect hunters are vital cogs in Kilimanjaro's ecosystem, keeping pest populations in check while nourishing predators like the slender mongoose. In a tangle of vines, the white-browed kukul fluffs its feathers, blending into the thicket. Though often overlooked, this secretive bird is a master of stealth, gliding from perch to perch, its soft coos blending with the night wind. High above, the nightjar takes flight, its mottled wings nearly invisible against the starlit sky. With silent precision, it snatches moths and beetles mid-air, its wide mouth perfectly adapted for a nocturnal hunt. The calls of the African wood owl ring out from the canopy, a gentle duet that signals both territory and togetherness. These silent hunters glide between ancient trees, their sharp talons ready to grasp an unsuspecting rodent below. Even the rivers are alive with whispers of the night. The African clawless otter slips through moonlit water, leaving barely a ripple behind. It hunts for crabs and small fish, its playful energy a contrast to the stillness above. Along the banks, the striped grass mouse emerges, nervously nibbling seeds and scanning for danger with every twitch of its whiskers. Each of these creatures plays a subtle but vital role in the mountain's web of life. Their nocturnal rituals, feeding, nesting, calling, and grooming, shape the balance of Kilimanjaro's ecosystem in ways both delicate and profound. Together, they form an intricate chorus of life that thrives in the velvet darkness, unseen by most but essential to all. When dawn's light returns, the secret world of night fades once again into the background, its stories carried in the footprints and feathers left behind. The mountain's smallest inhabitants remind us that even in the quietest hours, Kilimanjaro's wild heart never truly sleeps. In every shadow and every whisper, the legacy of life endures, hidden yet ever present beneath the stars. Beneath the towering trees and lush grasses of Kilimanjaro, an invisible force shapes the very fabric of life, the insects. Often overlooked, these tiny beings are the mountain's unsung architects, weaving a complex web of interactions that sustain the ecosystem from the forest floor to the highest slopes. As dawn's first light filters through the canopy, a symphony of wings takes flight. Bees and butterflies, drawn by the scent of wildflowers, dart from blossom to blossom. Their delicate bodies collect and transfer pollen, ensuring the next generation of plants can take root. Without these tireless pollinators, Kilimanjaro's vibrant blooms and bountiful fruits would soon fade, and the animals that depend on them would suffer. In the shadows, a different kind of labor unfolds. Dung beetles roll their precious cargo across the earth, recycling nutrients and aerating the soil with each determined push. Ants march in endless lines, breaking down fallen leaves and dead wood, transforming decay into fertile ground. Termites, silent engineers, build towering mounds that regulate temperature and moisture, creating microhabitats for countless other species. Above and below, insects are both predator and prey. Praying mantises blend into the foliage, waiting patiently for a careless moth or cricket. Meanwhile, swarms of locusts and caterpillars provide a feast for birds, reptiles and small mammals, fueling the food chain that supports life at every level. Even in death, insects give back to the mountain. Decomposers, beetles, flies, and their larvae break down organic matter, returning vital nutrients to the soil and closing the circle of life. Their quiet work sustains the towering forests and grassy plains, nourishing the roots that anchor Kilimanjaro's world. From the tiniest aphid to the dazzling dragonfly, each insect plays a role, in maintaining the delicate balance of this ecosystem. Together, they are the silent stewards of Kilimanjaro, their legacy written in every petal, leaf, and breath of wind. In the grand tapestry of the mountain, it is the smallest threads that hold everything together. Hidden beneath mossy logs and sun-warmed stones, Kilimanjaro's amphibians and reptiles reveal a world of quiet resilience. These cold-blooded survivors have mastered the art of adaptation, thriving in landscapes where temperatures swing from searing midday heat to chilly mountain nights. As the rains return, a chorus of frogs emerges from the undergrowth. Their calls echo through the forest, signaling the start of a new life cycle. Agile tree frogs cling to dew-laden leaves, their skin absorbing moisture from the misty air. In shaded pools, tadpoles dart among reeds, transforming from aquatic larvae into the next generation of mountain guardians. Their permeable skin makes them sensitive to even the slightest changes in the environment, serving as living indicators of Kilimanjaro's ecological health. Reptiles, too, have carved out their niches. Sunbathing agamas flash brilliant blues and reds as they stake their claim on rocky outcrops using bursts of color to attract mates and warn rivals. Chameleons, with eyes that swivel independently, blend seamlessly into the foliage, stalking insects with lightning-fast tongues. At higher elevations, skinks and geckos scurry through leaf litter, their sleek bodies slipping effortlessly between the shadows. Each species has honed its own survival strategy. Some, like the sand boa, remain hidden beneath the soil, ambushing prey with stealth and patience. Others, such as the venomous forest cobra, rely on speed and potent defenses to secure their place in the food chain. Together, amphibians and reptiles help regulate insect populations, disperse seeds, and provide food for birds and mammals, quietly maintaining the intricate balance of Kilimanjaro's ecosystem. In a world shaped by extremes, these ancient creatures endure. Their stories are written in every ripple across a pond, every rustle in the grass, and every sunbeam that warms a scaly back. On Kilimanjaro, the masters of adaptation remind us that survival is an art, and every life, no matter how small or silent, is a vital thread in nature's enduring tapestry. As dawn breaks across Kilimanjaro's slopes, the true architects of life reveal themselves, not with roars or flashes of color, but through steadfast growth and silent partnership. The mountain's plant life is a living mosaic, shaped by altitude, weather, and the passage of time. Giant groundsels, with their thick woolly leaves, stand like ancient sentinels in the moorland, conserving precious heat through chilly nights and shielding their buds from frost. Lobelias, tall and statuesque, cradle water within their leafy rosettes, offering a lifeline to thirsty insects and birds during dry spells. In the cloud forests below, mosses and lichens drape over twisted branches, creating a damp, emerald world. Here, orchids bloom in the filtered light, their intricate flowers luring bees and butterflies to ensure the next generation. Ferns unfurl in the shadows, their delicate fronds capturing moisture from the mist. But the forest's most mysterious residents are its fungi. Hidden beneath the leaf litter, networks of mycelium weave unseen connections between roots, sharing nutrients and information among neighboring trees. Brightly colored mushrooms push through the soil after rain, breaking down fallen wood and dead leaves, recycling life itself. Some fungi form vital partnerships with trees, enhancing their ability to absorb water and minerals, while others serve as food for bush pigs and monkeys. Every plant and fungus is part of a silent alliance. Sunbirds sip nectar from alpine flowers, pollinating them as they flit from bloom to bloom. Elephants browse on bark and branches, dispersing seeds far across the plains. Even the smallest creatures, like ants and beetles, find shelter and sustenance among the roots and stems. Together, Kilimanjaro's green guardians and fungal networks create a thriving foundation for all life on the mountain. Their quiet resilience shapes the landscape, sustains its animals, and reminds us that in the heart of nature, even the silent and still are powerful forces of survival and renewal. As the sun arcs across Kilimanjaro's sky, the mountain's world is set in motion by the rhythm of the seasons. Without the footsteps of humans, the wilderness follows its own ancient calendar, a cycle of rain, sun, mist, and frost that shapes every life on its slopes. With the onset of the long rains, clouds gather and pour life onto the thirsty earth. Waterfalls surge, rivers swell, and the forest floor becomes a patchwork of shimmering pools. Wildebeest and zebra make their way up from the plains, drawn by the fresh grasses that spring from the volcanic soil. Elephants seek out the soft, rain-soaked bark of trees, while Colobus monkeys leap from branch to branch, feasting on tender new leaves. As the rains subside, a crisp clarity settles in. The air thins and cools. On the alpine meadows, sunbirds dart between bursts of wildflowers, collecting nectar before the blossoms fade. In the montane forest, leopards move with silent grace, their dappled coats blending with the shifting shadows. The dry season brings a different challenge. Streams shrink to narrow ribbons, and the grasses turn golden under the relentless sun. Herds gather at dwindling waterholes, watched by patient lions and wary antelope. The dwarf mongoose retreats to the safety of its burrow, emerging only in the cool of dawn and dusk. High above, raptors circle on warm thermals, scanning for movement below. Nightfall brings a hush. The temperature drops, and frost dusts the summit like powdered sugar. Nocturnal creatures emerge, bush babies, owls, and civets, each adapted to the cool darkness. Even the insects and amphibians slow their pace, conserving energy until the next rains return. Through it all, Kilimanjaro's wildlife endures. Each species, from the tiniest beetle to the mightiest elephant, has learned to read the mountain's subtle signals. When to move, when to hide, when to feast, and when to wait. The rhythm of the seasons is a silent symphony, guiding every life in a timeless dance of adaptation and survival. Here, on Africa's rooftop, nature's resilience is written in every change of colour, every shifting shadow, and every creature's quiet triumph over the turning year. As dawn breaks over Kilimanjaro's slopes, the air shivers with the beating of countless wings. The mountain, already alive with its resident wildlife, becomes a crossroads for travellers on a grand scale. Migratory birds journeying thousands of miles across continents, pausing here to rest and refuel. Above the forest canopy, flocks of Eurasian bee-eaters streak through the sky, their vibrant colours flashing in the morning sun. Swallows, swifts, and martins swoop in swirling patterns, feasting on clouds of insects stirred up by the rains. Some have flown from as far as Siberia or the Mediterranean, guided by ancient instincts and the pull of the changing seasons. On the alpine slopes, wheatears and pipits hop among the rocks, sharing these heights with local sunbirds and turacos. In the lower montane forests, the haunting calls of cuckoos echo, a signal that the rains have returned, and with them, a bounty of life. Each bird, from the tiny willow warbler to the regal steppe eagle, carries a story of endurance and purpose. Their journeys are perilous, crossing deserts, seas, and unfamiliar landscapes. Kilimanjaro's mosaic of habitats offers a vital sanctuary, a place to rest, to feed, and to gather strength before the next leg of their odyssey. The impact of these migrations ripples across the ecosystem. Birds spread seeds in their droppings, pollinate flowers with each darting visit, and help control insect populations. Their presence weaves Kilimanjaro into a global web of life, connecting distant lands in a tapestry of flight and song. When the time comes, the sky fills once more with movement. Flocks rising in unison, wings beating against the thin mountain air. Their calls fade into the distance, but their legacy remains, written in the seeds they scatter and the balance they bring. Kilimanjaro stands as both waypoint and refuge, a silent witness to the epic journeys unfolding above its timeless slopes. Beneath the shadow of Kilimanjaro's towering peaks, a quieter world thrives. Along mossy banks and beneath leafy canopies, crystal-clear streams carve their way through ancient rock, pooling into secluded ponds that mirror the sky above. Though small and often overlooked, these aquatic havens are teeming with life, hidden currents where survival depends on silent cooperation and constant adaptation. Here the mountain river frog clings to slick stones, its mottled skin blending perfectly into its watery home. In the gentle eddies, schools of tiny killifish dart among submerged roots, their silver scales flickering in shafts of dappled sunlight. Water beetles skitter across the surface tension, while dragonfly nymphs lurk in the muddy depths, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge and take flight. Among the pebbles and aquatic plants, freshwater crabs scuttle sideways, scavenging for fallen leaves and detritus. Their work, along with that of snails and shrimp, keeps the water pure and the ecosystem balanced. Even microscopic life flourishes. Algae and plankton, unseen to the naked eye, form the foundation of a delicate food web that sustains both predator and prey. Above the waterline, reed frogs chorus at dusk, calling out to mates as the cool night descends. Kingfishers flash turquoise and orange as they dive with pinpoint accuracy, snatching unsuspecting minnows from below. Every species, from the smallest mayfly larva to the elusive African clawed frog, plays a role in this intricate network, filtering water, cycling nutrients, and feeding the forest beyond. Though these streams and ponds may seem tranquil, life here is a constant dance of resilience and renewal. Seasonal rains swell the waterways, connecting isolated pools and allowing new generations to disperse. When the dry season returns, only the hardiest survive, burrowing deep or clinging to the last trickle of water. In these hidden aquatic realms, Kilimanjaro's true diversity is revealed, not just in the creatures that roam its slopes, but in the secret worlds that flow beneath, sustaining the mountain and all who call it home. Across the sweeping plains and dense forests of Kilimanjaro, a timeless drama unfolds, a delicate balance of life and death, shaped by the relentless dance between predator and prey. Every dawn, the mountain's grasslands stir with anticipation. Herds of zebras and gazelles graze cautiously, ears twitching at the faintest whisper in the wind. They are ever watchful, knowing that danger may be only a heartbeat away. Hidden amidst the tall grasses, a pride of lions crouches low, muscles coiled. Their amber eyes track the herd's every movement. With silent precision, they communicate through subtle gestures, a flick of a tail, a narrowing of eyes, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When they do, the chase is sudden and explosive. The weakest or slowest prey becomes the target and only the swiftest escape. But lions aren't the only hunters. In the tangled forests, leopards move like shadows, their spotted coats merging with the dappled light. A solitary leopard stalks a troop of Colobus monkeys, its approach nearly silent. The monkeys, ever vigilant, sound alarm calls that ripple through the treetops, sending the group scrambling to safety. Sometimes the leopard succeeds, other times it goes hungry, waiting for another chance. Even the smaller creatures play their roles in this intricate web. The dwarf mongoose, quick and clever, hunts insects and small rodents with remarkable teamwork, while always keeping a wary eye out for birds of prey circling above. In turn, snakes slither silently through the undergrowth, preying on eggs and nestlings. Yet, for every predator, there is a counterbalance. Prey species have evolved keen senses, camouflage and group tactics to survive. Wildebeests band together, forming protective walls around their young. Colobus monkeys use alarm calls not just for their own troop, but to warn neighboring species as well. Even the tiniest killifish in mountain streams dart in synchronized bursts, evading hungry kingfishers. This endless contest of survival is what shapes Kilimanjaro's wild heart. Each pursuit, each escape, is a testament to the mountain's enduring vitality, a cycle of adaptation and resilience that has played out for millennia. Here the eternal chase continues as predator and prey shape the destiny of the land and one another. While the eternal chase between predator and prey defines the drama of Kilimanjaro. A quieter force ensures the cycle of life never truly ends. Meet the mountain's unsung custodians, the scavengers and decomposers. As the sun climbs higher and the predators retreat into shade, the landscape reveals the aftermath of nature's hunt. Here, scavengers emerge, hyenas, jackals, and vultures. With keen senses and powerful jaws, hyenas break open bones left behind by lions, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Jackals dart in and out, snatching morsels from the remains. Overhead, white-backed vultures spiral down, their sharp eyes spotting even the smallest scraps from great heights. These birds cleanse the plains, consuming carrion before disease can take hold. But the work of recycling life's leftovers doesn't end with the scavengers. On the forest floor, armies of beetles, ants, and termites set to work. Dung beetles roll and bury animal droppings, enriching the soil. Termites break down tough plant matter, transforming fallen leaves and wood into fertile earth. Fungi, too, weave their delicate networks through the moist undergrowth, dissolving what even insects cannot. Their hidden threads return vital nutrients to the roots of Kilimanjaro's towering trees. Each scavenger and decomposer plays a crucial part in this intricate system. By breaking down the old, they make space for the new, turning death into life, decay into renewal. Without them, the mountain cycle would stall, and its vibrant tapestry would unravel. On Kilimanjaro, nothing is wasted. Here, nature's recyclers ensure that every ending is also a beginning, quietly sustaining the balance of this remarkable realm.